like my mother, like this is a joke. Like my life is a fucking joke. Like literally, my mother is in the fucking club with me right now. Like, pause. Brian looks good every day. Let's not even go there.
But I'm still ratchet royalty, okay?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to all you beautiful people out there in the world, and welcome back to the Royal Gang. If you're new to the channel, welcome back. If you're not, you already know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe, and get in with your boy. Come on. Now, last week I gave y'all story time, and I know y'all been loving my story times. When I started my story times, everybody was like, we need more story times, we need more story times. So I was like, all right, I'll try to think of more I can give y'all. Like, I have a list, but I'm very selective on the story times I give, because some of them are like like literally Wakanda, like XXXXX. So it's like, some I want to give y'all, but some I'm very hesitant about. But this one I was like, okay, this was on my list for a little bit, and I was like, I can give y'all this because it's funny now. It's like story times are funny once you have passed the time that it happened, at least after a few months to years. And this happened at least like 5 or so years ago. So it's like, okay, I feel better now. But as y'all saw in the title, y'all, another embarrassing ass story of my fucking life. I saw my mom at the club, or she saw me at the club, better yet. So, you already know with the story time comes the wine. I told y'all I be having wine. Y'all see my wine rack over there in the back of my kitchen? If y'all see it, it's 3 bottles of wine back there. I still don't know what the fuck this one is. I just be pouring it and then drinking it, but I didn't fill it up today. Y'all, I'm not gonna drink too much today. Like, I'm chilling. Currently cooking me some spaghetti. I'm gonna have some wine and spaghetti tonight, and you know, just chill. But let's get into this video and this story, okay? So, I'm gonna do my test. Y'all know, I already know it. Gotta do the test. I love how, like, it has that little kick, but it's like sweet kick. I love a sweet kick. Y'all, so, for those who don't know, well, you know I'm from Baltimore, because if you watch me long enough, you would know that. But if you don't know, I'm from Baltimore, y'all. So yes, I don't have the accent. I don't say too, all that other shit. Like, people want me to do that, and I'm like, I'm not a fucking clown. I'm not for your amusement. Like, anyway, it comes out when it comes out. Regardless, I'm from Baltimore, and and I like how I was talking about how I wasn't gonna let it slip out and it just slipped the fuck out. But yeah, I'm from Baltimore, and me and my friends, gay friends obviously, when we were younger, we started going to the club when we were like 14, 15 years old. Like, y'all, when I first went to the club, literally, if you know Baltimore, like the docks, if you know the fucking docks, like, they let anybody in, okay, all ages. So me and my friends were literally, we were like, okay, we're gonna go to this club, we're gonna be cute, da 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 da. And that's why now I don't really wanna party, because I'm like, I started doing this shit when I was young as shit. Like, literally, like, y'all was waiting until y'all was 21. Like, I was literally like going to the club at 14, 15 years old with grown ass people. Was that okay? I do not think it was okay, but it was happening. That's just Baltimore. So I remember originally one of our friends in my old friend groups was like, oh y'all, we should go to this party. It started on Christmas, and they was like, oh, they're having a sweater party, and it's gonna be fun, da 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 da. And we was like, sweater party? And I was like, I guess because it's Christmas, us being young as shit. We like, okay, whatever. So we're gonna have our ugly sweaters. Y'all, while we get to the motherfucking club, we went to the club, and we the only ones that got sweaters on. We was the only ones with fucking sweaters on, looking the fuck crazy. And it was just like, bro, everybody was looking like they going to the club. And we look young as shit with these fucking sweaters on, looking like, hey, and it was 3 of us. So we just like, bitch, like, whatever. Anyways, it's like, we gonna be cute regardless. And they was giving like alcohol to people without checking their ID or nothing. But to get in, you had to have an ID. At that time, I did not have an ID. So I would literally bring my birth certificate. I would bring my birth certificate to the fucking club, and they would still let me in. Like, that's what's so fucking crazy. Like, I would just bring that, and everybody be like, you bring your birth certificate to get in the club? Yeah, bitch, I am. And like, and they would still let me the fuck in. What about it? So we got in, and it was a vibe, But after that, one time we went with the little sweater situation, we learned our fucking lesson. We was like, no, bitch, from now on, we gonna be bad bitches zone. Like, we gonna be bad bitches zone. So the next time, so the next time, or next few times, whatever, we was looking cute. Me, I was known for giving a cute crop top and some compression shorts. Like, that was Ryan's look. Like, if you knew Ryan as a teenager during his like club days, it was always giving crop top and fucking compression shorts, even at prides and all that. Like, I love me a good crop top, show off the body, and I love me compression shorts because you guys show off the, you know, the front and, you know, the back and the tightness, you know what I'm saying? So that was my look. Like, that was my signature look. So this particular night, I decided to wear my crop top and my compression shorts. Now, this was a gay club for all ages, and it was well known in the Black gay community in Baltimore. So it was just like everybody knew about this club, essentially. Like, everybody knew about the Paradox. Like, you knew about the Paradox, but like, it depended on who went that night, but sometimes all would be there. Like, LGBT down, like every aspect of the spectrum like was there. So this particular night, I went with my friends, and those who don't know, my mother is also gay. That's a long story for another day as well as to how that correlates, but essentially, yes, my mother is also gay. So like, her and her friends were there. I did not speak to my mother that particular night, and I was raised by my great-grandparents, so I lived with my great-grandparents at the time. I did not know that my mother was going to be there, even though we were like, you know, we were close, but it was like we weren't in communication of like, oh, I'm going here tonight, ma. Like, we weren't like that. So I went out with my friends, and y'all, of course, I go get the illegal ass drinks that I'm not supposed to be drinking because I'm underage as fuck, but I'm getting it, giving them their little money, you know. All you gotta do is slide them a little change, and they give you a little, you know, a little drink, and they had me right. And then me and my friends would ask, like, he would either ask his siblings or we would try to get it from somewhere else, and we get a little, you know, lit. I don't condone underage drinking, by the way. Let that be known. Anyway, so I was just like, okay, cool, like, bet, we lit. So it's this couch that the Paradox had. It's a couch, and everybody would just sit there when they take their little breaks, or like right across from the bar, they take their little breaks from the dance floor, and and it'd be packed, bitch. And it's like 2 or 3 rooms from what I remember, and outside where everybody be smoking and talking and shit. So I low key miss it. Good times. But I was on the couch, y'all, and I was like low key slumped because I was like lit. I was like lit, and I was just like sitting there. And I was just like, you know, you just lit and you just vibing. So I was just sitting there singing the songs in my head, And my best friend had met my mother once before, I think. And I think he saw her first. I want to say he saw her first. I want to be like, yeah, I think he did really see her first. Yeah. He looked at me or like tapped me and was like, is that your mother? And I was like, what? So then I looked. And I was like, no, that's not her. Like, I thought it was like, honestly, I was drunk, y'all. So I was like, you think everybody like my mother? Like, no, like, not all Doms look alike. So I was like, no, that's not my mother. But all I saw was the back of her head. So I was just like, that's not my mommy. Like, I know my mommy when I see my mommy. Okay, you know your mother when you see your mother. So I was like, that's not my mother. I was like, the fuck? Anyway. So I'm just sitting there. And then my mother's friends know me, obviously, because I'm her child. So I know a particular one of my mother's friends had done my hair before. So she actually tapped my mother, who I think she saw me. The friend saw me. She tapped my mother and was like, is that Ryan? And then I saw her turn around. They weren't that far away from me. Like, the bar was literally right here, and I'm right here on the thing. But it's like I'm sitting on the couch right here, and the bar is right here. So she tapped her, and she turned around. And then she comes over to me, and then she gets closer. I was like, yo, I'm lit. Like, I cannot. That's not my mother. My mother don't be in places like this. My mother would not be here right now. Like, my mother. Y'all, my mother and me are not that different in age, but it's just, I know my mother, so I was like, well, why would she be here? I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what? And then I was lit, so I was just like, that's not my mother. But then as she literally got to damn near a foot away from me, I was like, oh my fucking gosh, my mother is here. Like, mind you, your boy was a thought pocket. I'm not gonna lie, I was a thought pocket back in the day. Like, obviously, I wore the crop tops. Not saying that people who, dress like that are thoughts, but me in particular, I ain't gonna lie, I was, being a little thought pocket. So I was like, I'm trying to be cute. I'm trying to be, twerking on, doing the whole 10. So I was like, all right, I had my crop top on. I had my little, what's the name? As soon as I saw her walk toward me, I grabbed one of my friend's jackets. I was like, hey, man. And she started sitting down talking to me, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So first of all, of course I'm not gonna ask why you here, because she grown, she can do the fuck she want, but I'm also just like, why are you here? Like, I was like, this is for the younger spectrum of LGBT people, but I mean, I guess like it's for everybody, all ages, yes, but I'm just like, man, like, yeah, I was just confused. So I was just sitting there talking to her, and she was like, oh, you having fun? She was talking to me and my friends, like being a mother. Like, my mother is not always like that kind of mother where she's like overbearing. But like, you know, when you have that embarrassing moment with your mother, like that was mine. Like, that was one of mine. It was just like, girl, just act like you don't know me in here. Like, just act like you don't know me. But of course, her and her friends gonna converse with me. I'm about to say conversate, child. But converse with me. And I'm just like, That moment, I didn't even want to be there no more. I was at that point, we could leave. Like, I was like, I think we should leave and never come back. Like, I think we should leave and never come back. Like, the fact that my mother is here, I don't ever want to come back here. Because now that means, like, she know where I be at. And then she might come back again. And I just be like, y'all, back in my days, y'all, young Ryan, he used to be twerking on men that was a little older than him, maybe a lot older than him, and you know, it was not okay. But you know, I have been attracted to older men, especially at that time, and I liked, you know, a certain demographic per se, but y'all, it was bad, because I was literally like mortified. I was like, yo, like, my mother, like, this is a joke. Like, my life is a fucking joke. Like, literally, my mother is in the fucking club with me right now. Like, she sees me like looking like a fucking thought pocket. Like, I was like, okay. And she knew, like, my mother knew I expressed myself, and she know me. Like, she know how I be. But just seeing it in person and being there in that moment was just like, this is so embarrassing. But other people it was, she was talking to me and my friends, and I was just like, yeah. I was trying to keep the conversation short. It was what it was. And then she went on with her friends. I'm sure they went to the bar, did their little thing, and I was just like, bitch, I don't even want to be here no more. I want to go. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing, because if your mother see you twerking down on some grown-ass man, and she gonna be like, the fuck? Like, what you doing? Like, you are 15, 16 years old. Like, why are you twerking on this grown-ass man? Like, in the way I used to be busting the fuck down, like, if I can insert a video, I'm gonna try to find one of my videos and how I used to be at the docks, like literally at the docks, and I'm gonna try to like put it in this video. So y'all can see, like, old Ryan, like young Ryan was like terrible. He was the fuck terrible. Okay, like literally, like the fuck terrible, because he did not give no fucks. Like, I still don't give no fucks, but now that I'm older, like, it's obviously I'm grown, so I can do what the fuck I want. But it's just like that time, it was like, ooh, like, I don't want my mother to see me like twerking on this man, like the way I be twerking on people. So it was just like, and what it was giving, like the docs was very like, fuck me in the bathroom type of vibes. Didn't happen to me, but it was just gave that vibe, and I'm just like, you know, you don't want to be seen in that light, especially not by your mama. So yeah, y'all, what a time to be alive. It wasn't one of my best moments, but it was one of my, I would say, embarrassing, funny moments for sure. And I feel like a lot of my life is just funny, embarrassing shit. But for me, laughing at it now and talking about it now makes it completely funnier than I ever thought it was. Because in the given moment, I was like, this is embarrassing. I don't ever want to come back to this club. I don't want it no more. Like, I'm done. And now it's like, bitch, that's fucking hilarious. Like, oh my God. Like, I literally, like, my mother saw me in the club with a crop top and compression shorts. Like, that's crazy. So, damn. Young Ryan, child. If y'all could only know young Ryan was a fucking trip. Like, he was a fucking trip. But Nevertheless, I have evolved. I have evolved as we all do when we grow up. We learn, we unlearn, and we just evolve, okay? We heal, we do all the things. So we love that for us. And for me, so that is my fucking story, y'all. Honestly, make sure, like, I love when like parents are close to their children, but make sure there is a boundary. There's always a boundary. Like, don't, like, when I have a child, I already know, like, you're not drinking with me if you're underage. Like, that's not happening. I have my own rules. Like, unless I let you, but even then, I probably won't until you're like 18. At least 18, and you have to be in the house. Like, you have to be in the house and under my supervision. Like, I have to know what's going on, but you're not doing shit till you're 18. That's period. You're not smoking weed with me. You're not doing none of that shit. Like, there needs to be a boundary, because kids get too comfortable with their parents being like their buddy, and then there's no line drawn of like, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent first. Like, yes, we can have a close relationship, but I'm your parent, not your friend. And that's that. Like, period. And I want to set that boundary with my kids, because if I see one of my children in the club in a crop top or motherfucking booty shorts at fucking 15, 16 years old, bitch, I'm dragging you out that bitch. Like, I may not do it deliberately, but I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna pull you in the corner and be like, get your ass in the motherfucking car right now. I'm like, hi friends. I'm gonna see your friends. I'm like, hey friends. Get your ass in the motherfucking car right now, bitch. Get your motherfucking ass in the motherfucking car right now. I'll deal with you when I get home. I gotta see your ass in the house tonight. Okay? Like, I'm gonna give you that. Can y'all imagine me as a parent? I'm gonna be the best parent ever. Oh my God. But no, like, I don't want to embarrass my child, but I do need them to know, like, there's a boundary. And also, like, why the fuck are you in a club, like, damn near naked at such a young age, trying to bust it down somewhere? Like, that's why we gotta break these generations. We can't be doing that. So, all in all, I learned my lesson. Never go out where your mother goes, because you never know when you might see her. Child. Anyway, you already know the drill. Always remember, if your crown never falls, pick it up and learn that lesson. Peace, love, and blessings. This is Royalty Rye, and he says goodbye.